Great question. There are several tools out there that are very well known and can do a little bit of everything. Now, there are certainly tools out there that are dedicated to doing like one thing, okay? Whether it's a keyword tool or ranking tool or a links tool or backlink evaluation tool or whatever. Honestly, I think the best bang for the buck are more of the all-in-one tools that are well known. Me, I'm a big SEMrush, people call it SEMrush.com. I'm a big proponent of that tool. I love that tool because I can get some basic info on competitors without having to be able to log into their analytics or be able to go to their Google Search Console. It can give me some basic information about what they're getting ranked for, what they're not getting ranked for, what keywords are working for them, if they're doing paid ads, that kind of thing. So I can get some basics there. It's got many of these tools, SEMrush being one, Ahrefs is another one, Moz has their pro series of tools, and there's a lot of these other like all-in-one kind of tools. You're gonna pay for it. I mean, you're gonna pay. I mean, SEMrush can go anywhere from like $100 a month to several $100s a month, depending upon the size and scope that you need, how many keywords you want to track, and so on. But it does everything. It helps you build your content, helps you get ideas for topic, helps you research your paid ads and your competitors' paid ads. It lets you track your rankings against your competitors and who's going up and who's going down. It lets you do keyword research on many topics across the board. But it's great because it's all in one. So where you might spend $50, $99 on an individual tool for rank tracking or for even like social media sharing, like SEMrush has a social media sharing tool that you can add on into the thing for much, much cheaper than if you were to go out and buy like a Hootsuite or some other third party thing like a Sendable or there's a bunch of other tools out there. But yeah, I would probably recommend going with the all-in-ones. Ahrefs, Moz Pro, SEMrush are probably the three that stick out the most. There are plenty of other ones out there too, but they're going to give you all of the tools that you're going to need. So you're going to get the keyword research tools. You're going to get an audit tool to audit your website to see where things are broken or wrong. You're going to get an ideas and a strategies tool. You're going to get a link tool that's going to see what toxic links you have. You're going to get an ideas tool on how to do better with each page of your website. You're going to get, all of these tools. And yeah, it's going to cost you a couple $100, but if you go out and buy 3 or 4 of these tools to do individual things, it's going to cost you $200, $300 anyway. So you're much better off having one ticket item. And we do have, I think there's a module in the session, in the membership about the different tools that are out there, right? What tools to have in your optimization tool belt. And I cover many different tools, pros and cons of them in there. So if you really want to get a handle on the best tools or get the best bang for the buck out of those tools, I'd go check out that module in the membership area. We list a whole bunch of them out. So I like those. Ubersuggest, another one that was originally kind of focused on keywords, but has expanded a bit more into like a couple of audits and other things that you can research content and what content works well on Facebook and what gets shared, and other like Reddit and so on. But it does have some real value in there. So that's what I would recommend. Those 3 in particular. I'm a big SEMrush fan. I would definitely go there. But if you want to know more about the different tools out there that are more focused on specific tasks, go check out the tools in your optimization tool belt module to get more details.
And do all those sites also help with competitor analysis?
Yeah, the majority of them will let you put competitors in. For example, SEMrush, I have my client in there, and then I can put, I think it's up to 5 at a time that I can see side by side where they rank for. I can go into SEMrush and I can actually put the name of a competitor, put the name of just any website that I want to get a look at, and get a look at some of the basics about, what they're getting found for, what their rankings look like over time, what words are getting found for, getting ranked for. I do this a lot when I first are meeting with clients, potential clients anyway. I do offer 15-minute free evals, and in the eval, I'll pull open what SEMrush tells me is their site. I'm like, well, look, you're not ranking for anything outside of your brand name, right? So it's like, and they're getting 10 visits a month. It's like, and the majority of the times it's pretty spot on, maybe it's off a little bit because it's not actually getting analytics going, but they're pretty accurate for the most part. And if you're not getting found for anything, well, then you need help. And so, yeah, most of them will do some form of competitive analysis. And the other thing too, I mean, let's face it, there's nothing wrong with like going to competitors' websites and like looking around, like we do this. I mean, part of my team, we have a spreadsheet and we go to like, our top 5 competitors for each client, and we look up, well, what's their title tag look like? What's their description tag look like? Do they have a robots meta tag? Do they have a blog? If they do, how often do they blog? How fast is their website? What's their domain authority? What's their Moz scores? What's this score? What's that score? We start looking for these things to say, okay, are we competing or not? Like if we look and everybody's doing 3 blog posts a week, posts to Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter daily, and has an A+ for speed across the board, and we're posting like a blog a week. We post once or twice a week or a month to the social channels. We have a slow site. Well, you're nowhere near competitive, right? You're just not competing. So sometimes it's just good to just get under the hood, man. Go take a look. It's like when you want to go test out a car, right? You don't do it from home. You go to the dealer and you go drive some cars. You go take a look and see, do I fit in this car? Do I like the way it looks? Do I like the way it drives? Do I like the way it handles? Sometimes you just got to get in the car and go drive. So the tools are great. They are going to give you like side-by-side stuff, but sometimes it's the way something looks. Sometimes it's the way something's presented. Sometimes it's the way that you interact with the information that's on the page that can really make a difference in which way you want to go. So all of them are going to give you some level of competitive intelligence to some extent. Again, I'm not as familiar with the Moz and the Ahrefs ones, but I have seen them in the past, and they do offer the ability to see the folks that you're competing with. How do we match up? And again, you tend to have to be the one to determine who are you competing against, right? It's not like if you're a small, AC repair guy, for argument's sake, you're not competing with Angie's List. What was Angie's List? You're not competing with Thumbtack. You're not competing with Yelp. Even though they may show up at the top, they're not the ones you're competing with. You're competing with other, AC companies that are also showing up or close to showing up. That's who your real competitors are. So remember, your competition are the people that show up in the top of Google results when you search for the different keyword phrases that you want to get found for. That's who you're competing with. Not the guy across the street, not the old employee that left your business and started a rival business and you hate him before that. Yeah, you want to beat them out, but if he's not showing up in Google for anything, who cares? Let him, whatever, fine, But you're competing on Google and the other engines by who shows up in those top spots, whether it be in the local listings, whether it be in the paid stuff, whether it be in the organic, who shows up there. That's who your competition is. Those are the folks you want to look at. You want to see what are they doing that's putting them in those top 10 spots. How long is their content? How many words are they using on a page? What's their, what are they getting found for? What are they not getting found for? Those are the things that you have to analyze to see, do we have a shot at beating these guys, or is it going to take some time? And oftentimes with a new website, it is just going to take some time. You're just not going to jump into the top of the pack against a site that's been around for 15, 20 years. It's got thousands of links and hundreds of reviews. It's like you are a newbie on the block and people don't know who you are. You got to build up that reputation, the trust, the authority, expertise, experience, all that stuff. And that will just come with time. It will just take some time.